Creep is a good horror slash thriller movie that you should definitely go and check out now if you haven't. Especially if you are a fan of thrillers, as this is a little bit more of a thriller. This is also the beginning of a huge family tree of found footage movies that I will probably cover in the future and become a cheeky little series called the Found Footage Family Tree or something, but that's for later. For now, for October. You thought I was going to say some kind of cute little name for October, but nah, I'm too lazy. Since it is the month of October though, I'm going to cover a wide range of horror movies, or as best as I can. So, I guess this video will be the one for found footage movies. Creep is an oddball Final Fantasy movie, whereas most of these kinds of movies focus on the paranormal supernatural, this one is just about, well, a creep. Specifically, a guy is hired to follow this creep around, not knowing he is a creep, until it is kinda too late. That is a good brief summary, but it doesn't give this movie the credit it deserves. So why don't we just start at the beginning of the movie? This movie starts with the main character, Aaron, arriving at the house out in the middle of nowhere that he is hired to come to and film Joseph, the creep. This movie is also somewhat of a grind, as quite a lot of the movie is more build up for the crazy shit he does later. So, he arrives, Joseph spooks him a good one, and they hug. They start heading up the stairs, and we get to see the absolute thickness of Joseph.
Extra thick!
Once they get inside, we learn that Joseph actually might die before his baby is even born. So now we understand why he hired some guy to basically film him doing things. Because he wants to show his child who his father was. So they head up to the bathroom, and we learn what a tubby time is when he explains it in the bathtub, which is basically this.
Oh, stinkeroo. Oh.
Ooh, this one actually smells pretty good.
Then he introduces Peach Fuzz. We'll come back to my boy Peach Fuzz. But he says that it is a character that his dad made up. They decide to go on a hike in the woods, and we are introduced to the fake out jump scare. Now, I generally hate fake out jump scares. They just seem so cheap. Like, yeah, you made me jump, but did you accomplish the second part of that? The scare part? No. Maybe if you count in the moment, but literally right after I could give a shit less. This movie actually uses the fake out jump scare trope as part of this guy's character though. He doesn't do it because he's a dickhead, but instead he does it because he loves to scare his victim before killing them. The reason for that is that he likes to be the one on top and in control. If he isn't scaring someone, he obviously isn't the one in control. This is actually common in serial killers, as they usually do like to feel like they are the one on top before killing someone. Some serial killers also like to play with their victims, and basically this movie is those two things combined. Toying with the victim while feeling above them because they are scared. Point being, the fake out jump scare is used in a very clever way. After stopping for water, we hear Joseph whistling a familiar tune. After that, we also get a clue that Joseph might not be who he says he is.
Let's see what's good here.
Pancakes, right? Didn't you say you used to come here with your family?
What's that?
Didn't you used to come here?
What's that?
After that, we also learn that Joseph took pics of him when he was arriving at the house. Right after figuring that out, he goes with this man into his house at night. Smart. I may be making fun, but it's definitely not unreasonable to do this. He may be weird and kind of creepy, but they may have been hanging out all day. And he is supposedly making a video for his baby he might never get to see. So you would actually probably kind of feel like a dick if leaving this guy. Even if you were in the right for leaving. They go up. Joseph tells Aaron that he raped his wife, Angela, with the Peach Fuzz mask on, and she liked it. Aaron wants to leave, and his keys are missing. They both decide to have a drink, and it turns out that Aaron has drugged Joseph. Once he is asleep, he steals his phone, and Angela calls, and it turns out that she isn't his wife. She is his sister, and he is apparently mentally disturbed. This is when the movie finally kicks into full gear, and oh boy is it an amazingly spooky ride. Aaron idiotically tells him he knows he is faking. Joseph runs down the stairs and Aaron slowly follows, finding him sitting in front of the door with the Peach Fuzz mask on. There's just something so darkly comedic yet spooky as hell about this scene, and it is beautiful.
Now, will you just please step aside and let me go? Stop. Stop it.
Then Aaron runs into him and gets murdered.
Yo, holy shit, he dead!
Nah, I'm just messing with you. He's alive, but the movie fucks with you and makes you think that he is. It turns out that what we were watching was actually a tape that Joseph sent to Aaron. The movie now takes an interesting turn because now he starts to have recurring nightmares about his encounter with Joseph.
I've been having crazy ass dreams tonight.
I realize I'm a little baby and he's giving me a tubby.
Alright, let's just stop right here for a sec and imagine that beautiful picture in our brains. The next morning, Joseph sends Aaron a box that holds inside a stuffed wolf, a knife, and another DVD. Basically, he talks about Aaron in the video, telling him that gutting someone is beautiful. It seems he really has a problem, as he seems to obsess over Aaron, even sending him a heart necklace recalling back to the day they met, with a pic of the two of them inside. The cops don't help. Okay, I love this part to be honest, because it is exactly what I would do if I heard a loud ass bang like he does.
Push up. What you do? Okay. Lights.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
So, he explores a bit, but eventually goes back to bed, and Joseph cuts off some of his hair for himself. The next morning, he finds a tape in his broken window where Joseph apologizes for his behavior, because he thinks they have a bond, and he doesn't want to end it so terribly, and invites him to meet in the public park at day. Aaron ultimately decides to go see him, as he really feels bad. So, he goes to see him with all the precautions, recording the situation secretly, having the police on speed dial, and not looking behind you. What an idiot. Nah, but I'm glad there is a reason he didn't. It's not just the main character being idiotic.
But why didn't you at least look behind you? I mean, it just seemed dumb that you would just sit there. And then I realized why you didn't turn around. It's because you're the greatest person that's ever lived, Aaron. No matter what I did to you, you believed I was good.
I love this ending though. But hey,
That's just a theory.
A game theory.
happy Halloween, and I'll leave you with this adorable alien guy.
You so fucking precious when you smile. Yeah. Hit it from the back and drive you wild. Yeah, yeah. Girl, I lose myself up in those eyes.